Hi, welcome to Beyond Budget. Today, we're taking a closer look at the Alienware 16 Aurora gaming laptop, a machine that aims to combine solid gaming performance, impressive battery life, and affordability in a sleek package. Our model is configured with a 16-inch wide quad extended graphics array display, Intel Core 7 240H processor, a whopping 64GB of DDR5 RAM, 2TB of PCIe SSD, and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 GPU. Stick around till the end to see if it's really the right fit for you, and check the description below for a link to this exact configuration. Starting with the design, the Alienware has a modern gaming design that's subtle and refined. The laptop features an aluminum lid paired with a plastic body finished in a shimmering interstellar indigo blue, giving it a premium and sturdy feel while keeping overall weight manageable. It weighs approximately 5.64 pounds or 2.5 kilograms and measures 14 by 10.4 by 0.89 inches, making it reasonably portable for a 16-inch gaming laptop, although it is not ultralight. The hinge feels solid and smooth, allowing for easy one-handed opening, with minimal screen wobble during typing or when adjusting the lid. Cooling design is well thought out, with ventilation through the sides, rear and bottom, along with a raised section on the underside to improve airflow. The display is a 16-inch IPS panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio and a 2560 by 1600 wide quad extended graphics array resolution, finished with an anti-glare coating to reduce reflections. The taller aspect ratio provides more vertical screen space than standard 16:9 displays, making it especially useful for productivity tasks such as design work, coding, and multitasking, while also delivering sharper overall image quality. Color performance is strong, covering about 112% of the sRGB color space and roughly 79% of DCI-P3, which makes the screen well suited for creators, gamers, and entertainment use, including photo editing and visually rich games. Brightness peaks at around 312 nits, which is comfortable for indoor environments but can struggle in bright outdoor lighting. The panel supports a 120Hz refresh rate with G-Sync compatibility, helping everything feel smoother, from everyday scrolling to light gaming and video playback. Overall, this display stands out as one of the better screens in its class for the price, offering sharp detail, good color vibrancy, and smooth performance without stepping up to more expensive OLED panels. For connectivity, the laptop offers a solid and well-balanced port selection. You get 2 USB Type-A ports, 2 USB Type-C ports, one supporting power delivery and display port, along with HDMI 2.1 slot, which enables 4K output at up to 120 Hz. There is also a Gigabit Ethernet port for stable wired networking and a 3.5mm headphone jack for audio. Most of the ports are positioned toward the rear, which helps keep cables organized and maintains a clean desk setup. On the wireless side, it features Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4, ensuring fast, reliable connections for modern networks and peripherals. The inclusion of HDMI 2.1 and Ethernet makes this setup especially flexible for gamers and creators using external displays or wired connections. However, the absence of Thunderbolt 4 and an SD card reader may be a drawback for users who rely on high-speed external storage or frequent media transfers. The keyboard is backlit with white LEDs, no RGB in this configuration, and features a full-size layout with a dedicated numpad. Key travel measures around 1.4 mm, offering a comfortable and responsive typing experience for extended sessions, although the tighter spacing around the numpad may feel slightly cramped for some users. It also supports anti-ghosting and includes 3 customizable macro keys through Alienware Command Center, a feature that records a sequence of multiple keystrokes to execute complex combos in games or repetitive tasks, which is a useful bonus for gamers and power users. The trackpad is generously sized at 4.5 by 2.7 inches, delivering smooth, accurate tracking and reliable multi-touch Windows gesture support with no noticeable lag. The webcam is a 720p unit with dual-array microphones, which is acceptable for basic video calls with decent color accuracy, but it struggles in low-light conditions, appearing soft and grainy. For a 2025 laptop, the lack of a privacy shutter or IR camera for Windows Hello is a clear downside. Audio comes from bottom-firing dual 2-watt speakers that provide clear mids and intelligible vocals, but bass is weak, and overall volume is limited. They're fine for calls, YouTube, or casual media consumption, but fall short for immersive gaming or media playback. Headphones or external speakers are strongly recommended. Under the hood, the system is powered by Intel's Core 7 240H processor, a 10-core, 16-thread processor built on the 14th generation Raptor Lake architecture, combining 6 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores. With boost speeds reaching up to 5.2 GHz, it delivers strong multi-threaded performance, making it well-suited for demanding productivity workloads. The laptop is equipped with a generous 64 GB of DDR5 RAM, installed via 2 upgradable SODIMM slots, allowing it to handle heavy multitasking effortlessly, whether that's running dozens of browser tabs, creative software, or virtualized workloads. Storage is handled by a 2 TB of PCIe NVMe SSD, providing quick boot and load times, with transfer speeds averaging around 1,170 MB per second, and there's an additional M.2 slot available for future expansion. On the graphics side, it uses an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 with 8 GB of GDDR7 video RAM at an 80-watt total graphics power. This setup delivers solid performance for creative applications like Photoshop, video editing tools, and AI-accelerated workloads, while also supporting DLSS for smoother gaming in lighter or well-optimized titles. That said, the relatively modest GPU power limit means sustained heavy workloads can trigger thermal throttling over time. When it comes to productivity, this laptop delivers reliable performance across office work, AI-assisted tasks, and content creation. The combination of the Intel Core 7, 64 GB of DDR5 RAM, a 2 TB of SSD, and the RTX 5060 provides enough horsepower for photo and video editing in applications like Photoshop and DaVinci Resolve, as well as design workflows and code compiling. In real-world testing, workloads such as 4K handbrake transcodes complete in around 4 minutes, which is solid for this class, though not class-leading for sustained render-heavy tasks. Multi-core performance remains consistent, but extended high-load sessions can expose thermal and power limits. In gaming, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 delivers decent performance, but it's clearly tuned more for efficiency than raw power due to its 80-watt TGP limit. At the native 1600 resolution, demanding titles require settings reductions, DLSS, and frame generation to stay smooth. For example, Cyberpunk 2077 runs at ultra settings without DLSS at 1440p, which is close to native, averaging around 48.5 FPS, which is playable but far from ideal without compromises. Performance improves in better optimized games or when dropping to 1080p setting. Cyberpunk 2077 reaches 104 FPS at medium settings at 1080p resolution, while Baldur's Gate 3 reaches about 70 FPS at 1440p on Ultra, and jumps to 101 FPS with DLSS quality enabled. GTA 5 hits around 120 FPS at 1080p on Ultra. More demanding modern titles expose the limits. Alan Wake 2 averages 54 FPS at 1080p on high, improving significantly with DLSS, while newer AAA games like Black Myth Wukong score 26 FPS, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle score 14 FPS at 1080p ultra settings, clearly showing the GPU's constraints against modern demanding titles. Overall, it's well suited for 1080p ultra gaming, esports, and indie titles, where frame rates remain smooth at high settings. However, it struggles with modern AAA games at native 2K resolution or heavy ray tracing, as the power cap limits performance. Battery life lands at around 9 to 10 hours during light workloads such as web browsing, document editing, or video streaming at roughly 150 nits brightness, helped by the large and efficient 96 watt-hour battery. Under heavier use, like gaming or sustained performance tasks, endurance drops sharply to around 2 hours, which is expected for a gaming-focused laptop. Charging is handled by a 180-watt barrel-style power adapter, reaching about 80% in roughly 1 hour from empty, allowing for quick top-ups between sessions. Overall, battery life is respectable, and even impressive, for a 16-inch gaming laptop, outperforming many competitors in mixed-use scenarios and making it more practical for daily use when unplugged. Thermal performance is well controlled thanks to the dual-fan cooling system and extensive ventilation. Under sustained load, the CPU averages around 74 degrees Celsius and the GPU stays near 69 degrees Celsius, while surface temperatures peak at about 45 degrees Celsius around the vents and remain comfortable on the keyboard deck. Fan noise ranges between 43 and 53 decibels during gaming, noticeable but not overly loud, and during everyday tasks, the system stays mostly quiet. In conclusion, the Alienware 16 Aurora gaming laptop offers strong battery life, a vibrant display, generous RAM and storage, and solid build quality for its price. However, the 80-watt GPU power limit restricts high-end gaming performance, and outdoor brightness is only average. This laptop is best suited for casual gamers, students, and creative professionals who prioritize a balance between portability, upgradability, and consistent performance, rather than extreme gaming power. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it and subscribe to Beyond Budget for more tech reviews and comparisons.